What's going on, fam? Jorge Manuel here. We're back at it once again. Today I got an early review of the upcoming Nike Dunk in the UNC colorway, so stand by for some more on that. Before we move on, help me out with the like and a sub if you're enjoying the content so far. It just takes one click to help me out and grow this channel. I'd really appreciate it. So let's go ahead and click that button just one time. But let's go ahead and move on with this review. So this is again the Nike Dunk in the UNC colorway. So for those of y'all that have been monitoring the releases this year, at least the first half of this year, there's been a lot of UNC colorways. So we've had the Jordan 1 in the UNC. We had the Hyper Royal Jordan 1, which is not a UNC colorway, but you see the similarities there. And then finally, we had the Jordan 4 in the UNC colorway. So this is yet another UNC colorway, but I'm not complaining. The UNC colorway is iconic. So I definitely had to try to get my hands on this particular pair, especially because in the past, you've seen the Jordan 1 Low OG in the UNC colorway, and you've also seen the Jordan 1 Low in the UNC colorway in the non-OG, which one of the main differences between those two is the OG tongue. As far as everything else, it's somewhat similar, although I would argue that the OG has better quality material overall, but very similar shoe there. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to get my hands on any of those low versions of that UNC colorway. Now, the closest I've gotten to get one of those is this colorway here, which is the Desert Ore. So this is one of my favorite Jordan 1 drops in the past, I don't know, 5 years. This is one of the first, well, not one of the first, but there has been a trend, especially in the last couple of years, of this tearaway material, and I feel like this is one of the first to start off that trend. Now, I know there have been tearaway material in shoes for a very, very long time, but I feel like they went away and then they've started to come back. They've become more popular lately, and this is definitely one of my favorites and one of the ones, again, that started it off. If you tear away all this material, it is a Jordan 1 UNC, and the counterpart to this, the left shoe, is the Royal, which is that, you know, that black and that blue, and this is again the UNC. So this is the closest I've gotten to a UNC low, and then finally this came out and I had to get my hands on it. Those OG UNC lows are extremely expensive, and as far as the non-OG lows, I wasn't a huge fan of those, but then this came out and of course I had to get it, and I wanted to get it early to get you guys a review of it before they actually drop, just to see how they look. But it is a Dunk, so I imagine there isn't much difference between a lot of the Dunks I've been releasing lately. So let's go ahead and take a look and see how these actually look in hand. Okay, let's go ahead and open this box and finally take a look at these UNC Dunks. Okay, so a little bit about the release of these Dunks. So it looks like these have been pushed back to June, so they will be released in June. So not too long of a wait there, but I wanted to get these a little early, like I mentioned, just to bring you guys an early review of these. And obviously this was a shoe that I was always gonna get. Like I said, I didn't get lucky enough to get those other UNC colorways that I really wanted, so this one I had to have. as part of my collection, so I got them early. And another reason why I went ahead and pulled the trigger to get these early is, again, y'all know that dunks have been pretty difficult to get our hands on. So I didn't mind paying a little bit over retail for these. So hopefully I'm able to get them at retail and maybe get a little bit of money back, but regardless, I'm kind of happy that I got them in my possession anyways. So let's go ahead and take a look. Here it is, ladies and gents, the Nike Dunk in the UNC colorway. So very reminiscent of that, I think it was the Coast colorway that came out in a women's exclusive. That was actually a colorway that I almost pulled the trigger on because, again, I really wanted that UNC colorway. So as soon as I found out that they were going to drop in an actual UNC colorway versus that Coast colorway, which is I think a little bit darker than this, I was very happy that I didn't pull the trigger on those women exclusives. But there isn't really much to say. If you've seen one dunk, you've pretty much seen any dunk in terms of quality. The only difference I would say is sometimes you get those ones with the suede material, and then sometimes you get these ones with your synthetic leather. So not too much to discuss in terms, again, of quality and materials. I mean, again, a dunk is a dunk. So let's go ahead and keep this short. We're gonna go ahead and lace these up. And hold on, let me actually see if there are any spare laces on these. Okay, so it doesn't look like there are any spare laces. So I'm definitely gonna rock these with the white. So I don't know where I'm gonna get those laces. Maybe I'll pull them off of that Desert Ore ones that I have and throw the white laces on here and see how they look. But I'm definitely gonna go with the white, there's no doubt about it. Y'all know me, if it's got a white tongue, I'm gonna try to stick with the white laces. But let's go ahead and get to the lacing, get to the up close videos, the on feet, and wrap this video up. Fam, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. Thank you so much for the attention. I appreciate you guys sticking all the way to the end. I should do a giveaway probably in the future, just a surprise giveaway that I will only announce at the end, because it seems like a lot of y'all watch maybe the first few minutes and then just kind of tune out. So I appreciate you guys that stay all the way to the end. So I guess stick around in a future video where I will announce the giveaway at the end of the video. Just for those of you that stick by and watch all the complete video, I appreciate you guys. Thank you for that. But final thoughts on these: it's a classic shoe. It's a dunk. It's a UNC colorway. You can't really go wrong with it. There's no complaints here. Again, I'm gonna stick with the white laces. This is a classic shoe. If you can get your hands on it, definitely do so, especially if you haven't been lucky with getting those previous UNC colorways. This is definitely one that if you do get your hands on will make up for a lot of those L's that we've taken in the previous UNC colorways. So go for these for sure. These are great summer shoe, perfect for the season. You don't want to miss out on these. Glad to have them, glad to add them to the collection, and you will not be disappointed if you are able to get your hands on them. All right, I'm gonna head out. Thank you guys. See you next time. Deuces.